surprised if he has the crowd stand up on their feet. You watch.
We'll go ahead and get into this market hog selection here and ask these kids just to shut them down for a second. There's no sense to wear them out, and you know that these two judges can get just a hair windy, but you deserve it. You deserve the comments, you deserve the time, regardless of how long it takes. This is an incredible market hog show, and first I'd like to thank, for Mark and I's behalf, the Indiana State Fair, not only for asking us, but also for providing the ring help you did, the coordination you did, and for having it run so smoothly. We want to thank the parents that created these young people that we had the opportunity to work with for 2 days, because they were respectful. They shook hands, with sincerity, and I didn't see any issues in terms of these youth having any character issues or behavior issues in the ring. I know Mark didn't either. You run through that many kids, that's very impressive to see. I also want to thank, Hogue, and I guess I should say Dr. Mark Hogue, for the opportunity to do this with him. He is, without a doubt, the best multi-species evaluator of my generation. There's no question behind that. But to be next to someone that equals passion, conviction, and what things need to be built like, but also he used the word trencher, all of those things combined into one, and not to mention he's a very good friend of mine and a fierce competitor, and it's been an honor to work with you for 2 days. I think the last person I want to thank is 4 people sitting in Kewanee that are around the kitchen island right now watching. My wife probably hoping I don't break down, but for me, to be able to walk away from our show barn 2 days before we move into the Illinois State Fair and leave it in the hands of 3 little kids and my wife, to leave a Farron house in the hands of my wife and my oldest daughter, and to be able to do that with confidence, I can be a bear on that place. And you put me out of state 2 days before we move in, and I'm a monster. And I know I have not been very polite the last 2 evenings on the phone, and for that I apologize. But I also want to tell you I love you, and I thank you for the opportunity to come and do this, and it means a lot. Thank you. Not too far east of here is where I got my love of livestock. I had some men and some families, and I won't mention your name, but you know who you are, that instilled the love of livestock in my life at a young age. And without them, I wouldn't be here today. I had an ag teacher who's a pretty cool dude that instilled the love of livestock evaluation in my heart and soul. And for that, I'm forever grateful. So, folks, I'm home. This will always be home to me. So to come back and have the opportunity to evaluate this state fair, to say emotional is an understatement. Told you I was going to be able to keep this together. But I told a story to him, something that happened behind the West Strangle bleachers that changed my life forever. I was here watching a close friend on the livestock judging team show us gilt. I think she was reserved crossbred gilt. And the guy judging was Dan Hogue. And he grabbed me after that show and asked me behind that West String bleacher if I'd be interested in coming to Blackhawk on a scholarship to judge for him. And that forever changed my life, and it happened right here on these fairgrounds. Guys, this livestock showing is special. It's not a hobby. I don't care what you say, this is not a hobby. It's a way of life. And to be out here in this ring, it takes work. It is not just given. It takes work. We were talking on the way in here how easy it is to sit in a lawn chair and criticize those that win. I can't think of anything worse. Try to beat them. Replicate what they do. It's hard. We have to battle each other in that state every weekend, and we're cordial and we shake each other. Guys, it can happen, right? I promise you the right way can happen. The other thing is I want show judges and show officials around this country to start talking about nothing but positives to the media. On Facebook, anything, any type of opportunity you have, talk positives. Positives will grow and be magnified just as negatives. And if every time we turn around we're talking about we need to do it right, folks, 99.9% of us do it right. Let's talk about that. How many animals are exhibited around this country the right dang way? Awesome event. I leave these events, and if you know me, you've seen me do this. And I thank Mark for giving me the opportunity to have the mic first, because this is a special moment for me. These kids are going to have an experience tonight they will never forget, and we're going to magnify it. My daughter told me once after a grand drive, she said, that is the absolute coolest thing that's ever happened to me. And I believe it is, isn't it? Right? So if you have cattle in this barn, hold on to them tight. I want everybody on your feet, please. Bleachers. Don't clap yet. And what these kids are going to have is goosebumps, and they're going to have a memory that will last forever. Okay? As loud as you possibly can, I want you to congratulate these kids for what they've accomplished. Now that's cool stuff. All right, let's fire them back up. We got a champion to select. Mark and I, once again, eerily said earlier today, are in 100% agreement in the grand drive, just as we were through many divisions. We're going to go get you a champion. After that, congratulate that person, and then we'll hand it over to Mark to grab us a reserve, and we'll move on down the lineup.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was your judge, Andy Rash, and he just went in and selected your grand champion Barrow. Congratulations, Cody Maxwell, Valparaiso, Indiana. Grand champion Barrow is your crossbred, bred by Ottenwalder Show Pigs. A big congrats to Mark, Sandy, Russell, and the crew there in Colusa, California. Sired by White Privilege, placed by Platt Show Pigs. Again, Chad, that was your grand champion Barrow. We're now going to drop in our reserve